Hi, good evening. We're excited to welcome tonight to our guest speaker, um, Jocelyn Erickson. We're excited to have her here for our mentorship call. And just by way of introduction, you guys all probably know who she is already. If not, you should Google her. She's got a pretty impressive list of accomplishments next to her name. But Jocelyn Erickson originally grew up in Phoenix, Arizona, played basketball and softball in high school there. She originally committed and played a year at Oklahoma, right? It was 1 year, right? At Oklahoma. Yeah, and won a Women's College World Series ring over there with Oklahoma in 2023. Then she decided she wanted to catch full time, so she transferred over to Florida. And this last year, she played for Florida. And just a couple of the list of accolades she racked up this last year at Florida was she was SEC Player of the Year, NFCA Catcher of the Year, NFCA Player of the Year, an All American, and she won a Gold Glove just to like top it off, put the cherry on top. So she's an outstanding player, an outstanding catcher. And so we are excited to invite her here tonight to be able to chat with you guys and to share a little bit of her story. So, Jocelyn, welcome. I'll go ahead and toss it on over to you.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us tonight. I was really interested in talking with you guys tonight because I wanted to see what this whole Fearless program was about because I really want to get into mentorship myself because the mental game and visualization is a huge part, especially at the college level. And I've noticed it play a big factor in my play, and like influence on my teammates as well. Um, so I just want to emphasize how important it really is to train your brain to think positively, especially in negative situations, just in everyday life in general. So when you're training your mental game, specifically for your sport of softball or any sport, when things go wrong, it's I'm pretty sure you can probably relate to this. When things go wrong, it can be hard to turn them back around easily. Um, but if you train your brain to make a negative into a positive, then it is way easier to get out of that slump or let the failure go. And the way you do that is just like you do practice, you have to do it every single day. Well, not every single day, but like you got to put the work in order to train your brain how you would your body. Um and so like if you get out or you strike out, like affirmations about like you are a good hitter and the pitcher just did a good job that time. Like you are a good hitter. Um and then another thing I would say for like visualizations when you are going through like a tough time. Say, I don't know if any of you guys are pitchers or hitters, but if you're pitching really badly and you just don't feel confident on the mound and you feel like everyone's looking at you because you're the center of the stage and it's just a lot of pressure, um, you need to visualize yourself in those situations. So then when those situations arise, you're prepared for that moment, just how you would if you're fielding ground balls and you're taking swings. When you're in the box in that moment, you're ready to hit. You're ready to make that play. Um, so like one thing that I do in practice is when I'm like either hitting off a machine or hitting BP, I'll visualize myself in a certain count and in a certain situation with runners on base. Um, in a specific inning. Like I get very specific on what the situation is. So then when I'm in that moment in a game, I'm like, oh wait, I've already been here. Like I've already done this before, multiple times, and there's been good results from it. So, that is one way that I have really seen my game go to the next level is visualizing, yourself in those moments so then you're prepared for when they actually do happen and you're not all stressed and the anxiety rises because you're going to be cool, calm, and collected because you've done it before. Um, and the last thing I'm going to add to the whole mental game visualization type of thing is to get over yourself. You have to get over yourself because the game is not all about you. Um, it is a team sport and you have to work together with your teammates in order to accomplish your end goal. Like, yes, there are individual awards, but the team awards are what like matter most. Like, would you rather go 3 for 3 and your team lose, or would you rather go over 3 and your team win? But you helped your team out somehow, like you put a bunt down or, like I would rather the team win and me like get out. So it's about sacrifice and serving others. I really put an emphasis on reaching out to my teammates and building relationships with them because that's what makes it the most fun. Especially when you're training softball every single day, it can get really draining and you may fall out of love with the game. It may not be fun anymore. But if you're building relationships with the people who are around and you love the people who are around and they're gonna make it more enjoyable when hard times hit. Like I would much rather lose with a team that I love than win with a team that I'm not having the most fun with. Um, so yeah, really pour into your teammates. Be selfless. Your performance doesn't matter as much as you think it does. Um, yes, we want to do well. Yes, we want to help the team. But all in all, when you're thinking about other people and not so much yourself, you'll play better. Because you won't feel so much pressure. If I don't do this, then this isn't gonna happen and I suck. Like that's horrible mindset, horrible way to talk to yourself. But if you're like, I'm gonna do the best I can for my team, and if I don't get it done, then they're gonna have my back. That is a beautiful thing. Because you can't do everything by yourself. And when you feel like you have to do everything by yourself, that's when it gets really hard and the game just doesn't get fun anymore. So I know that was a lot.
That was great. Some great wisdom in there. I think that's
I
awesome.
know that was a lot, but that is what I've learned in my time playing this game of failure.
You're
So
right.
I hope you
Right.
guys took something from that.
That's awesome. I love what you talked about with like it's not being about you and to think about like your teammates. I think you're a great example of that if you just look at your time at Oklahoma. You weren't starting in the position you wanted, right? You're a catcher at heart and you wanted to play catcher at Oklahoma, but they didn't need you at catcher, right? So you played first base and designated player and did
Mhm.
amazing things at that position. Can you talk a little bit about what that process was like of like enjoying your role, even if it's not the role that you expected or wanted to play?
Yeah, I think it is definitely a learning experience. Especially like I'm sure there's other people who've been in my position. Well, I know there are because I see freshmen on teams all across the country who are like the star of their team and they're doing great and then they don't necessarily get everything that they want, but it was definitely a learning experience because you get humbled in the sense that you just need to do what your team needs. It's not what you want, what you want, what you want. It's more, how can I use my talents to best benefit the people around me? And I think me as a freshman, I'm a completely different person now, especially like with my time at Florida. The people here like have shaped me into someone who I love being, and they've really helped me get the negativity out of my brain and not think so much about myself, because it can like the game of softball can be a selfish game. And when people are playing selfishly and just for themselves, you can tell and it just doesn't vibe right with the whole team. So, um, yeah, it's definitely a learning experience, and I'm glad that I was able to be in that position in order to help my team in many different ways. And now that I look back, like I can relate to the freshmen on, say, my team who are the pinch hitter in the seventh inning, but they haven't swung a
Mm-hmm.
bat in like 2 hours, or the the freshman or sophomore transfer who gets thrown in the seventh inning for defense. Like in those pressure situations, it can be hard. But I've been in those situations, so it's easier for me to relate to them.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a wise thing to understand, that like sometimes those things that are hardest in our lives are the things that help us then relate better to other people. And as someone who's slightly way older than you, like I can tell you that extends way beyond softball as well. That I noticed that the things that I've gone through that are hard in my life, it allows me then to turn around and serve others when they're going through those similar hard things. And it's the same in softball. And that's what really creates that leadership, that team culture of like saying, hey, I've been where you are. I understand what it's like together we can get through this. Like
Mhm.
that's huge on a team to be able to do that. So just wanting everything to be super easy and roses is a nice idea, but it's honestly not the best way to like build a team or build up yourself even in the long run.
Yeah,
So
life is hard, the game is hard, and
yeah,
things don't always go right. So you
that's
gotta find
right.
a way to work through the adversity.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I love that. I love that I saw that you played basketball in high school. I know we got a couple other girls on the call that are in basketball season right now.
Yeah.
What would you say, being a multi-sport athlete, what do you think basketball taught you that makes you a better softball player?
That's a really good question. Um, I had a really good coach in high school, who drilled into me grit and determination and just like fight, because basketball is a very physical sport, especially girls basketball. Like
Mhm.
people be throwing elbows like everywhere. Um, I was one of them in high school. Um, but yeah, my coach really distilled in me like doing the little things right. Like when you're running suicides, you touch the line. When you're boxing out, you make sure that no one from the other team is gonna get the ball. Um, and it was, I just remember that time, and it was like basketball practice was hard, but the games were so rewarding because you did all that hard work and then you were able to just go out and play. And it was just so fun. Yeah, it was some hard work. I'm like having
Yeah,
flashbacks,
it's
but
different. It's different than softball.
yeah. Yeah, it's
Hard in a
different.
different way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, my coach was amazing in high school, so I really owe a lot of those lessons.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, just that idea of just being able to push hard and be able to like see what you can do and push past your point of discomfort to get to the other side is a huge lesson to learn, to realize I can do hard things. And so then when it gets hard, it's okay.
Yeah.
um yeah, I'm a big proponent of multiple sports. I think it helps all of us be better athletes. But I do want to ask you, I saw that you tore your ACL as it was a junior in high school.
Yes.
So what was that like, first of all, to do that as a junior, which is such an important year as far as recruiting goes, right? What was that like for you to tear your ACL, and what was the process like to be able to like get yourself back to where you wanted to be in a year? Because you were back playing your senior year.
Yes. Um, yeah, so I had already been committed because I committed in like eighth grade before the rule change. So I was still committed at that time, but it was right after COVID. And so we had just gotten back into school. I was like wearing a mask while I was playing basketball. It was like I was like suffocating on the court.
Yeah.
But our season had gone postponed like a few months, and then I ended up tearing my ACL the second game of season. And it was gonna be like a pretty big year for me because I had been on varsity sophomore year, and so I was already like knew my role, I already like knew the plays. And so it was devastating when that happened because I not only missed basically my whole basketball season, but then my junior softball season also. But I am like, I don't know if you know many people who are like thankful that they tore their ACL, but I am so thankful for the experience that I had going through rehab and physical therapy. The place that I went to it was called Exos. They have a few locations. I know there's one in Florida, there's one in Arizona that I went to, and I think there's one in Texas. But it was like a legit place where NFL, MLB, NBA, WNBA, a bunch of pro athletes would go and train there. And so when I was doing my rehab, I was around greatness every day. and the facility was great, and it was just like I had no doubt in my mind that I wasn't gonna make it back. And kind of going off the visualization thing that I was talking about earlier, I'm a big manifester. And so like when you're thinking something, it's probably gonna happen. Um, like I had no doubt that I wasn't gonna make it back. I knew I was gonna focus on playing softball and not go back to playing multiple sports because I needed to get my knee better and catching, like you got to get that flexibility right. My knees are my babies. But yeah, it was a really trial, like a big trial in my life, more mentally than anything, just because I wasn't in school, in-person school. I was doing school online at the time. I had just gotten taken or just got taken away from my team, so wasn't around my teammates. And like COVID had just happened. I kind of felt alone, like I was doing it alone. And so I had to figure out a way to push through that. And a big thing was the people who you surround yourself with. So, like, my PTs and the interns there were literally amazing people. And I don't think I would have been able to do it without them because they were great encouragers, especially on hard days when I was like, I can't do this. Um, but then you look back, like, I look back, and that was like 6 years ago. I'm aging myself.
You're still young.
But
It's fine.
yeah. Um, but I look back and I'm like, yeah, I rehabbed my ACL and both meniscuses. I can do literally anything. So it's like what you said before, like once you do hard things and you push through the hard things, like you know you can do it and you feel like you can do anything.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. I wanted to leave some time for you ladies. See if you guys had any questions for Jocelyn. If you want to unmute or you can put it in the chat, whichever you prefer. Go ahead and ask whatever burning questions you guys got on your mind.
I don't bite.
Yeah, she'll answer. Wait, someone has their hands up. Who is it?
My number. In the chat, someone said, "What is my number?"
Oh,
I'm number
uh,
8. And funny story, I used to be number 00 when I was younger, and then I got to a new team and there was a 00, so I was like, oh, let me just stack the zeros on top of each other, so that's why I'm number 8.
that's an awesome origin story. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I've
she's
stuck with
number
it
8.
ever since. So,
That's really great. All right, Andy, go for it. Andy, you got to show your sweatshirt off. Andy's our Florida fan.
oh yeah.
What are you majoring in?
I'm majoring in sport management. So it's a bunch of business classes relating to the sport field because I want to eventually work in professional sports. Hopefully the MLB, but I'm open to other options.
Awesome. All right, Sophia.
What got you into playing like softball?
Good question. So I'm the baby of my family, and I have 4 other siblings who all played multiple sports too. So I kind of just like followed in their footsteps playing multiple sports, but 2 of my older sisters played softball and they are also catchers too. So I'd always just tag along and train with them. And funny story, I actually didn't want to be a catcher. Um, on my sister, she's like 2.5, 3 years older than me. And we were on the same rec ball team, and I would pitch and she would catch me. I wanted to be a pitcher. And then when she would pitch, she threw so hard that no one wanted to catch her or no one could catch her. So they stuck me behind there and I would jam my thumb. Like she threw so hard and was so wild. I would jam my thumb and it would hurt so bad that I just didn't want to catch. But then I just kept catching and I got better and I started to like it.
And now that's where you want to be.
Yeah, now
That's
I
funny
love
how that
it.
happens.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Do you ever get up on the mound and like be like pitchers, watch. This is how it goes.
I mean, yeah, like I'll throw a few pitches, but after like 5, my arm's on fire. So I'm like,
Can't do it anymore.
yeah.
That's awesome. All right, Chloe, you got your hand up.
Um, did you like look up to someone when you were little?
Yes. So the two people who I would look up to were I used to watch Kaylani Ricketts pitch. It was like the 2012 national championship, I think. And she was a lefty and she would hit lefty and like obviously like I wanted to be a pitcher. So I was like, "Oh, this is so cool." Um and then the other person I looked up to was later. She played. I don't remember what year she graduated, but it was Janelle Wheaton. She was a left-handed catcher for Florida, and she also played for the same travel ball organization that I played for out of California. So it was kind of a cool connection, and I actually ended up meeting her in one of my practices, so it was cool.
You meet Kaylani ever?
Yeah, actually,
Oh, you did.
this past fall, actually.
Oh, really? I was saying they
Yeah.
were a bunch of those prior Oklahoma players have been at like the World Series cheering Oklahoma on the last couple of years. They always pan over to them on the ESPN broadcast.
Yeah, well, Kaylani's still kicking it. She's still she had a baby, but she is still playing. So
Yeah, that's hardcore.
yeah.
All right, okay, Maddie, go for it.
What is your pregame meal?
Oh, I love a good peanut butter and honey sandwich. Um, Sometimes I'll put banana on it too. It's just a really good like it's got protein, it's got honey is like sugar, so it'll like give you some energy. And then the bread is like carbs. So I don't know, it fills me up, but then it also gives me energy and it also tastes good. So I love a good peanut butter sandwich.
A nice, easy on the go type thing.
Yeah.
All right, what else you guys got? Oh, Sophia. Oh, sorry. Your hand's still up from earlier. Go ahead.
What made you choose softball over basketball moving to college?
Good question. I had only ever played, so I played volleyball too, but I only ever played basketball and volleyball for like my school. So like I played in middle school. Well, growing up I'd play at like my YMCA. But then when I got to like middle school and high school, I would only play volleyball and basketball for the school. And softball was the only sport that I played travel ball for. So that's like how I got recruited so young because I was on a team with a lot of talent. And we got in front of some college coaches and they were interested in stuff. But I think I kind of fell into it because of my older sisters. They had been like through the recruiting process and everything, and I don't know, I just I like how it's hard. Softball is hard. But it also involves a lot of hand-eye coordination, and so I feel like if you can play softball or like if you can play baseball, you can play literally any other sport.
It's true. Transfers a lot. All right, Chloe.
What did you learn from volleyball?
Good question. Volleyball was kind of just like an outlet for me. Because it never had to be super serious. It was just fun playing with my friends. And so I think I just learned how to enjoy the game. How to not take things too seriously and how to really enjoy the people that you're around. Like still to this day, I'll go and play like volleyball on the sand court, with like some of my friends, and it's just like fun. Um, like it's like the little things in life are what make you smile. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Volleyball's fun too because you can play it even when you're old. That's also nice.
Yes.
All right, Maddie. You got another one?
What age did you start playing travel softball?
Um, I think I started when I was 8. That's when I got out of rec ball and I think I started a 10U team with my sister.
How many years did you play with your sister?
I think I played with her till I was 12, so like 4 years.
That's awesome.
So then she would eventually move up to the older team, and then I'd stay down with the younger kids. So
Yeah, that's awesome. I always wanted to play on a team with a sibling and never, that's not true. I played with one of my sisters for a little bit. Uh, Lily asks, what's it like at Florida? What kind of things do they offer? What are the players in the community at? Like, what's it like to play softball at Florida?
playing softball at Florida is a dream. I love the people the most. The place is pretty cool too. But I love the people the most just because of the way that they impact my life, not only athletically, but academically, professionally, and just like in the real world. We have this uh group called Gators Experience, and they help you develop leadership, different leadership styles, and they help you get into the community and do community service, and they help you anything professional wise that you need in order to like get a job. Like they'll help you work on your resume, they'll help you do mock interviews. Like they are so amazing. But I think the one thing at Florida is like you can do it all. You can go to med school and be an athlete. You can want to be a rocket scientist. Like one of my teammates wants to be a rocket scientist.
That's awesome.
I was like, you're crazy, but go off.
Yeah,
But like you
literally.
can do it all at Florida because the support here is just like out of this world. And I'm just like so happy that I fell into this place.
That's awesome. All right. Well, we are out of time. I know you girls still have a couple of questions. You can find Jocelyn on Instagram. I bet you could probably DM her. She probably would respond. She's that kind of person. But so we'll just go ahead and wrap up. We have one question that we always ask everybody that comes to these mentorship calls, and that question is: if you could go back and put yourself in these ladies' shoes that are all here tonight, these girls, and tell yourself one thing, what would you tell yourself?
If I could go back, I would tell myself that the days really do stack up and to never take a day for granted. Never take a practice for granted, even when you're tired and you don't want to be there. Time flies really fast and you're not going to be there very soon. So I would just say enjoy the moment, enjoy the journey, be where your feet are. Don't think too much about what happened in the past or what happened in the future. Just enjoy the moment where it's at.
Such great advice. Well, thank you so much for coming and doing this. We really, really appreciate it. And we wish you and Florida the best luck. We'll definitely be watching and cheering you on.
Yes, thank you guys. This is fun. Go Gators.